Hiya, Amy here, and today I have a fun stamped and stenciled sassy cuteness card to share with you. Now, to jump right in, I'm going to show you some of the products. I have some ink pads from Catherine Pooler. I have this adorable, sassy new little Oh Bite Me stamp set from A Colorful Life Designs. And here are a couple photos of the finished card to show you the direction that we're going. Wasn't entirely sure if this was going to work, but in typical fashion, I'm playing it by ear and winging it and just seeing what happens. So this is a brand new stencil called Mr. Bubbles. This and the stamp set are both part of the new June 2023 release at A Colorful Life Designs. So be sure to check out the rest. I will link everything below in the video description box if you expand and scroll down. And I do have a coupon, excuse me, Amy Fan 10, which will save you 10% on your complete order if you shop. Now, this would be a delicate stencil that would really work with some pixie spray or some other temporary adhesive, but I'm just kind of going very light-handed, so I wasn't super worried if it ended up shifting on me or moving on me a little bit. I just wanted to get a very subtle bubble-like background on this because I kind of have a different idea for the direction that I want to go. So just laying down some very light blue ink, and then I'm going to come in with some really rich color. I'm just going to do some ink swiping right direct to paper with my Catherine Pooler mini ink pads. So you could do this with a full-size pad or any inks that you have, but I love these mini ones for this reason because I feel like they leave just such a nice size little swatch of color down my card panel. So I'm just kind of thinking in terms of odd numbers. This green one was a little funky. I don't know if the ink kind of separated a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you had this. I think this is Lime Ricky. If you've ever had your colors kind of separate like that. So I was like, oh, that's not great, but it ended up okay. I just kept going. But I'm going to cut into the packaging here and bust out this adorable new stamp set. It's called Oh Bite Me, and it's got these super cute little thick line weight cartoon fish all over it, and I just think it is so stinking cute. And it's got a sea of thanks and Oh Bite Me. So I'm going to use the Oh Bite Me. It's just kind of funny and snarky and kind of my style. But I'm just kind of figuring out the layout here. Kind of overlapping the stamping on top of these ink swipes, and then I'm actually going to just throw it in my MISTI so I can stamp them all in one shot. And I'm going to use this sentiment Oh Bite Me. Now, this is an option if you have some really cute stamps or critter stamps or even floral stamps and you don't feel like coloring them. So I absolutely will use these for regular coloring, but in this case I wanted to make something colorful and quick, and I didn't really want to sit down and color. So this is an option if you have some stamps that you want to use on your card but don't feel like coloring. So maybe just lay down some ink swipes kind of, you know, haphazardly across the front of your card and then stamp all over it. So it's a nice way to lay down color, gives it kind of a fun graphic look, but you don't have the time commitment of sitting there and coloring. So here I want the black outlines to be really rich and dark. So I have VersaFine Clair Nocturne. That's my favorite black rich pigment ink, and I'm just going to stamp it a couple times and then set it aside because this is going to stay wet for a minute and I don't need to be smearing it and sticking my hand in it. So I'm going to be patient and set it aside. Or another alternative, you could heat press it or even just throw some clear embossing powder over it and then melt that, and then it'll kind of lock it in. So here I added some of the bubbly and brought in a teal color as well as blue, and I'm just kind of adding a little bit more of this stenciling on the front of the card and on the inside of the card just because I felt like it needed a little bit more. So here I have the one little fishy that I haven't used yet. I just slapped that on a dirty looking acrylic block. I really need to clean those. And then I'm going to stamp that down on the inside of the card just to kind of continue the design onto the inside of the card. So that's a really fun way. If you like to put something on the inside, just continue your stencil and do just a really subtle, even just the residual ink left over on your blending brush, and you can just kind of put an unexpected element on the inside of your card. Now, I didn't want the white border to, I didn't want any more white space on this, basically. So instead of a white border, I just kind of sandwiched a piece of copy paper into my card base, and then I'm just kind of going around the edge just to lay down little blocks of the same colors that I ink swiped. So this will kind of give me the perfect size and perfect matched color border around the outside of my designed panel, and I can just kind of quickly swipe that ink and create that look. So now I'm going to use my stitched edge rectangle oil dies and cut this panel down just slightly smaller than A2 size, and then it will reveal that really pretty color swiping that's done directly on the card base. So I added a few little resin drops to the top and a couple towards the middle bottom, and that's going to finish the card. So snarky, fun, easy peasy, fun way to use the stamps without having to color, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.